you. Welcome back from that break. This is still the AM Club coming to you live from the MX24 studios, Oleander Street, East Legon, Accra, Ghana. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah, and this is the Lifestyle Daily segment of the show. Now, we're about to have, that kind of conversation that either goes left or right. And we all know what Thursdays feels like on this show. But guess what? It's all about you. It's making sure that you're living a healthy, well-lived life. And so that's why this segment is very important every single Thursday. And so stay right here with us. Before we get into our conversation for this morning, your money deserves the safest home. With Telesil Cash, you're protected every step of the way. No risk, no worries, no long stories. Just peace of mind, okay? Dial *110# or download the Telesil Play app now for safe, secure transactions. Telesil Cash, the safer choice. Now, first impressions definitely do count. Make yours unforgettable with irresistible scents from Princess Body Mist and Roll-On. Designed for every lady who wants to have a lasting impression wherever she goes. Now, and for our gentlemen, the Style Up perfume for you, and of course Roll-On as well, elevates your presence with a confident masculine fragrance that keeps you dry and fresh all day, because your fragrance should speak, okay, before you do. And of course, I keep telling you, don't go about smelling like an evil spirit. These ones are very good for you. Use Princess Body Mist and Roll-On and Style Up perfume, and Roll-On as well, your daily essentials for smelling good from down to dusk. Okay. Princess Style Up, smell good and feel great. The GC brand, it is all about you. Now, for our big conversation this morning, we're discussing understanding your hormones. And I know for many females, especially getting here, let's have that conversation, because they said that we are overdoing this thing. So you and your brothers should sit down, and that's stubborn, weapon fashion against you, call boyfriend. Bring him here. Let's have this conversation. Joining me for this conversation is founder and CEO of Stella Supplement, Mr. Achi Frimpong. Good morning.
Good morning, madam.
How are we doing?
I'm very well, thank you, and you?
Oh, you don't know that there are people sitting out here with their boyfriends as weapon fashion against them?
No.
You have no idea. When they tell my hormones are not, my own hormones are playing with me, it's like,
I've always known Ghanaian men to be good men.
Oh.
So I don't know the kind of men they're
good. Well, we have some great Ghanaian men, though. I must say that. But some have refused to understand science.
Yes, that's true.
So this morning, this is what we're going to do. We're going to break that science down to the men, the good Ghanaian men.
Yes.
For them to understand. Is what they don't know that's worrying them.
That's true.
Okay. Now, what exactly are hormones and why are they so important to our bodies?
Thank you very much. And first of all, I'd like to also introduce myself. My name is Archie, like you mentioned. I'm the founder and CEO of Stella Supplement. I'm a father of two, and I'm a husband to a beautiful woman called Dorcas.
Okay. Ghanaian man. Okay, you got this. Okay, now you're winning. Let's go.
You don't get this anywhere apart from Ghanaian
I'm from Ghanaian man, please.
So hormones are basically chemical messengers in our body, or communication messengers in our body. That's a simple way to define hormones.
All right. Okay, so these are your communications or your PR agents in your body.
Yes, they send signals from one part of the body to other parts of the body.
Awesome. Now, what are the most common hormonal changes people experience at different life stages?
So to understand that, we need to know what something called hormonal imbalance, I can see here, is.
Yeah.
So hormonal imbalance is also simply when there's more or less of a particular hormone or some hormones. It's termed as hormonal imbalance. Every stage of a woman's life comes with different signs or symptoms they show. And also, by the way, hormonal imbalance is not just in women, because I see you focus on just women.
I was waiting for that.
It happens.
I wanted to be sure if it's only a woman thing.
No, it happens in men as well. So for men, let me touch briefly on the men.
Okay, do that.
For men, we have low sperm counts. I don't mean we, as in me or some men, but some men have low sperm counts, erectile dysfunction, poor ejaculation, even prostate cancer. These are all things linked to hormonal imbalance in men. For women, we tend to see issues like fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, hot flashes, ovarian cysts, even breast cancer, depression, some weight fluctuations, bloating issues, and so on and so forth. There's a lot of issues, thyroid issues as well, and all of that. But to understand which stage a woman is in and what comes up, first of all, let's understand a woman's cycle. and what happens in a woman's cycle.
Yes.
To get that, we need to know what a woman's sex hormone comes from. So woman's sex hormones come from cholesterol. From cholesterol, we have pregnenolone. From pregnenolone, we have progesterone. From progesterone, we have, or progesterone serves as a precursor for estrogen, testosterone, and adrenal hormones. I know that's a little technical, but let's focus on just two hormones here, estrogen, progesterone. And the average length of a woman's cycle is 28 days. So we are assuming Miriam, right? Miriam is 28-day cycle. Two hormones, estrogen, progesterone. At the start of your cycle, estrogen is low, progesterone is low. By day 7, you should be done with your flow. So by day 7, estrogen begins to rise, but progesterone is low. By day 13, 14, estrogen is at the highest in your body. What is estrogen doing in your body? It's responsible for your uterine lining. It's causing massive cell growth in your body. Your egg is being released. It's more like a mason down there, building all the structures down there. By day 14, estrogen is supposed to fall, or in the perfect case, estrogen falls, progesterone now begins to rise. By day 26, if there's no pregnancy, both hormones are dropping. By 28, the whole thing begins again. Then we come back to day 1, and this is the perfect situation. But what are we seeing today? We are seeing many women not having this perfect cycle, simply because when we come to day 14, estrogen is high, and there isn't a corresponding progesterone to match the high estrogen. So month in, month out, as a woman's estrogen levels are high, she gets to a point where her body is termed as an estrogen-dominant body, where her body is producing a lot of estrogen, or there's a lot of estrogen in the woman's body. And that same estrogen that causes a woman to develop into a beautifully shaped woman now turns the woman to come out of shape. So estrogen is more like a good slave but a bad master. Or better still, fire. We use fire to cook, but same fire can burn our house down, can burn all of us down. So estrogen needs to be in check. And how do you keep estrogen in check? By making sure your body produces enough progesterone to keep it in check. So based on the stage a woman is in and how their estrogen levels are high or not in that cycle, will show what comes up. Not every woman will have fibroids. Not everyone will have PCOS. Not every woman will have breast cancer or mood swings. It shows up in different women in different ways. Some have just mood swings. Some will have PCOS, fibroids, endometriosis. Some can have a combination of 5, 6, 7. Some may have just, even sleep problems are also linked to hormonal imbalance as well, severe constipation. So yeah, every woman and their body and what comes up.
Interesting. How would you know, just because again, you mentioned something that I think most women experience almost at that time of the month or even after, and then sometimes it takes a little longer, the bloating. Like, you know, you're just gaining weight without any trigger. You're making sure that you're eating well, you're trying to do all these healthy things, but then your body wouldn't just respond. I was having a conversation with a friend yesterday. He was like, I don't know when I became a size 10, and I don't know when, you know, how to even lose it. Like, I'm doing everything, but it's just not working. How do you know that this is like a hormonal imbalance? You know, what's going on in your body is
So you know, when we're in school many years back, we learned something in science. To every, is it something about motion or so? To every reaction, there's an equal and opposite action. There's one rule we learned in science. I can't remember what it was.
No, I wasn't in my science class.
No, we learned it in integrated science.
That was in my class, bro.
Okay. So basically what that means is nothing happens by chance.
Right.
This didn't just come and be here. Someone brought it here. So same way, if your friend realizes she's putting on weight, what is causing the weight gain? We need to ask questions. Something is obviously happening somewhere. One thing I also realize is painful periods. It's been so normalized. So even me growing up in Ghana, my sister always went through painful period. My mom would give her painkillers. Even when she went to the pharmacy or hospital, she was giving painkillers. To me, it was normal because the environment I found myself in, it was normal. So a woman going through pain was normal back then. Same as heavy periods as well. All these are not normal. Your body complains. Because your body is not holding a megaphone to speak loudly, you may not hear, but that pain you are feeling is a sign of something. Do not ignore it. Go see a doctor. So there isn't a particular age you get to that, you know, okay, at this age, 30 years, hormonal imbalance. No. Some can start as early as 18 years, 19. We have customers who are in their 20s having multiple fibroids together with PCOS and all kinds of things. Yes. And also, you know, traditionally, women used to have their cycle 16, 17, 18 years. What are we seeing today? We have girls, 12 is even older. I have people who are having their cycle at 8, 9 years old.
Hey.
If a woman is having her period at 9 years old, it means she's forming breast at 8.
Yeah.
That's very dangerous. What is happening? Why did they move from 16 to 18 to now 9, 8 years old? Our diet is changing, our lifestyle, the environment we live in, it's full of toxins and all of them. These are all things that impact our hormones one way or the other.
Interesting. And again, ooh, you see you see why I don't like the Thursday thing. Now, again, you're saying some. I hear you when you say that some habits or actions that we're taking are contributing to these hormonal imbalances. So, what are they, and how could we stop them? Because I think, again, like you rightly said, certain things have become a part of us.
Yes.
So it's okay for me to eat at 12.
No, but the question should be: are you eating to live, or you are living to eat?
Please bring that back again.
Are you eating to live, or you are living to eat? Because if you want to eat to live long, then you must eat right.
Yeah.
But if you want to just eat, then you might as well just eat anything. When the challenges come, then don't complain.
Right.
Yes, we need to be responsible for our actions.
But you know, but you know that this whole I'm taking care of myself, I'm eating rice thing isn't exactly embedded in our culture. And I'm going to come back to that. Because again, I know that in my house growing up, your breakfast is definitely going to be cocoa or oats or tea. And then your lunch is definitely going to be something like a rice or wache in my house here. And then in the evening, by 5:30, 6 o'clock, we're having banku. You know, so this has been the lifestyle I'm used to. At my age now, I'm only able to eat once. Like, I'm not able to eat twice, right? We want to call that emotional hormonal imbalance.
No. So let's not just focus on the food. It's a lot of factors or issues. So, for instance, my wife was told she cannot conceive because she had hormonal imbalance issues such as fibroids, PCOS, irregular cycle, bloating, weight fluctuation. She had hormonal acne as well.
Which one is that one?
Acne, by a different type of acne.
A different type of acne?
Yes.
So the acne will come.
No,
but
the popular one, you know.
But this one is associated to your hormones.
So once you balance the hormones, the acne leaves. So you know, most of the women tend to apply skin creams or soaps and all of that, and it leaves. But the moment you stop using the cream or soap, it comes back again. Because you've not tackled the issue from the root cause. Ooh. If you tackle the issue from the root cause and you balance your hormones, that acne leaves and doesn't come back again.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, so these are all things my wife went through. She struggled to sleep as well, which is also part of hormonal imbalance issues. I'm sure by the time we are done, we'll diagnose you.
I'm telling you.
She had.
Because seriously, okay, anyway, let's get it.
She had severe constipation as well. So what did we do? And also, the doctors had put her on tranexamic acid, contraceptive pills, steroids, all kinds of painkillers. Nothing ever worked. Her symptoms kept getting worse. Today, we have 2 kids. What did we do? We tackled the issue from the root cause. Like I said, to every reaction, there's an equal and opposite action. Yeah. So nothing happens by chance. Once you interrogate further, you tackle it from the root cause. It brings me to the causes of, or the question you asked, the causes of hormonal imbalance issues. The first thing I would say is the pill. The contraceptive pill we all know. Yeah. I'm not going to mention any brand's name, but let's go back to where it started from, where it came from. Yeah. So in the 1958, 1960s, thereabouts, there was a whole sexual revolution. Women wanted to not give birth and stay home. So just like men, women give birth, they can also go back to work. A woman wanted to enjoy sex without getting pregnant, and the contraceptive pill was introduced. When it was introduced, it was just made up of estrogen. But later, it was detected that estrogen causes cancer, so they had to add a bit of progesterone into it. But what are these things they're adding into it? They are synthetic hormones coming into your body. Yeah. So imagine if, I'm going to use you again, Miriam has PCOS, and Miriam doesn't have her cycle every month. That's a form of PCOS. Yeah. A doctor puts you on a contraceptive pill. Now you tend to see the blood every month. Is that the way it's supposed to be? No. But what has the doctor done to you? At least he's helping you in that instant to get you see the blood every month, unlike previously that you couldn't see it. What's happening in your body is that synthetic hormones you've introduced into your body is changing the whole physiology of your body, it changes a lot in your body. How does it change a lot in your body? It blocks the natural pathways God designed for your hormones to work, for the egg to be released, for progesterone to be produced, for the blood to come. Now the pill comes into your body. The body assumes you are pregnant, so an egg is not released. So that same one who is put on the pill will tell you, the doctor told her, if you want to get pregnant, come back again. Why? Because the doctor knows, yes, this is basically treating the symptoms, but not solving the problem from the root cause. That's the first culprit. If your body is estrogen dominant and you are taking a pill that has estrogen in it, what are you doing? You're already still pushing the estrogen higher. Progesterone is still like this. That is number one. Secondly, we come to our food. Many of the food we eat today, for instance, chicken. What makes a chicken grow in 5 weeks? Growth stimulants. So we are in a hurry to make money. We give the chicken growth stimulants. It grows quickly. It becomes big. We can sell, make money. But what are we also doing to the person consuming the chicken? That there's estrogen in that chicken. The person takes it. Estrogen in the body continues to go high. Progesterone is still like this. We can look at cattle products as well. Some of these animals are fed on growth stimulants and all of that to make them grow bigger and faster. Yeah. If you and I are consuming that cattle, what is happening to us? Estrogen will still continue to be high. Progesterone will be like this. Also, the use of plastics. I know we can't escape from plastics. We drink water from plastics and all of that. But at least let's try to minimize it, because plastics going into your body also doesn't help with estrogen. It pushes estrogen high again, and progesterone is still like this. And also, women like nice things. A lot of the nice things women like come from polyester, nylon. These are plastics. So a woman is putting that on her body. Akara is very hot. She's sweating. It's going into her body because your body has estrogen receptors. And that's another way estrogen will still go high, progesterone will be low. And also chemicals in general, relaxers women are using. Even recently I discovered the wigs women wear. I thought once they bring it from Brazil or Peru, women just wear it. I was researching, and apparently it goes through a whole process. There's chemicals that are put into it and all of that before it gets to the final person to wear. These are all things going into your body. What is it going to do into your body? Estrogen is going to be high, progesterone is going to be low. And also, a lot of the food products we consume has a lot of spraying that goes on the farm. These are all things that go into the crops we consume. It affects our body. And also the consumption of GMO foods as well. These are all things harming us one way or the other. So yes, it's a combination of factors. Let's try to stay organic as much as possible. Whatever we are buying, let's read the ingredients and stay away from chemicals as much as possible. That's what I would say.
Yes. So still on the
causes,
behavioral changes, and especially women. Should I just leave these women alone? Let's come back to the men. Because again, and you would agree with me that once we start talking about hormonal imbalances, it's always associated to women.
Because women have it more.
Women have it more. Let's talk about the moods. The anxiety, the depression. Because I can understand how your body can react to something you have taken in.
Yes.
But then when it affects your mood, when it affects the way you show up in life, then I'm thinking this goes beyond just what we're eating. Tell me about that.
I always say women are not crazy people. Women are not mad people.
Only we know that, by the way. Only women know that.
No woman will just wake up and say, today I want to have a mood swing.
No.
Or today I want to insult my husband, or today I want to insult my boyfriend. So the men too should understand or be patient with women. There's a lot of things going on in their bodies they don't even understand. But like I said, let's focus on the cycle. If a woman's cycle is the way I described it, the perfect one. Estrogen is high, it drops, progesterone comes in, both drop, it begins again. That's a perfect cycle. But once you realize you're having painful periods and all of these things, heavy periods, acne, they may come as little signs. It's a sign of something bigger coming up. Just rush to your doctor. Go do a test. Be told what you are going through and find help. If you come to us, we will definitely help you. Our product will definitely solve it for you. But please, let's not wait till it is late. Pain is not normal. And a black woman is not made to go through pain. So please.
Please cut this part from you. Let's make this one. Black women are not meant to go through pain.
Because most of tonight, I realize black women are supposed to, or they like to endure
because they've been programmed to do that.
It doesn't make it right.
It's like when you're not going through pain, you're too much for the society.
And even look at how men in our parts of the world look for wives. So can she cook? Can she clean? Can she wash? Meanwhile, these are life skills. So if there was no woman in the world, would the man not cook?
Please,
would the man not wash? Would the man not clean?
To your wife for finding you early.
No, but there are still men like me around. All my friends are like that. So I don't know the kind of men.
Are your friends married?
Some are not
I'm
married.
asking for a friend.
Some are not married.
I'm asking for a friend, please. I'm asking for a friend. Because it doesn't make sense. But also you do understand that it's all embedded in our culture and how we're raised. And so women have also come to accept that as part of them. Now, when we're going through all these mental, and emotional imbalances, which it's as a result of our hormones not being balanced, what do we do to balance ourselves, whether it's medically or even, physical things we could do?
And that's why, I mentioned what my wife went through.
Yeah.
So in doing research to help my wife, we created a product called Stella Supplement. And this product is born out of our own experience with what she went through: fibroids, PCOS, irregular cycle, heavy periods, painful periods, acne, insomnia, constipation, bloating, weight fluctuation. One person, all of these issues. I've counted about 10 already.
I'm telling you.
And we tackled the issues from where it is coming from. So where is it coming from? Stress. If Miriam comes to work at, let's say, 5 a.m., she's closing at 11, 12, you are not an AI device, you'll be stressed. Inflammation, what is she putting into her body? That's very important. If you tackle these issues from these points, what is causing the constipation? What's causing the insomnia? So we created a product that has 11 ingredients: magnesium, zinc, folic acid, vitamin B6, maca root, sage leaf, green tea, inositol, flaxseed, a probiotic and a prebiotic. All these 11 ingredients comes into a woman's body to make her sleep better, to take away that constipation. Now she can use the toilet more. She becomes more fertile. It balances her hormones as well. It takes away the fatigue and tiredness. Because what we also tend to realize is many women who have hormonal imbalance issues have fatigue and tiredness issues as well. They wake up and they're already tired. I don't know if probably in their dream they were carrying cement or blocks or something.
We went for contraction and sleep.
But it doesn't make it normal, like we said. So we need to do more education, talk to black women more. Pain is not normal. Have these conversations. Eat more organic food as well. Whatever you are eating, read the ingredients. The ingredients are extremely important. No matter how it is titled at the front, something can say, oh, whole food. You go check the ingredients and it has about 300 ingredients in there. Some you can't even pronounce. So one doctor said, whatever is on the label you can't find in the shop, don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
That's one simple way of also doing it. So let's stay away from GMO foods as well, and anything that's artificial.
Yeah.
A woman will bounce back again and be better.
Better. It's going to be very hard to admit or to sit over here and say that this is an easy thing to do. Eat whole foods. Because sometimes, as part of our many problems we deal with, cravings, things that we've introduced into our bodies that, every now and then.
But what's causing the craving? Like I said, this car didn't get here. Someone brought it here. So the cravings didn't just wake up to be there.
Yeah?
So if you find out why, for instance, the food we eat. And one thing I also realized is in Ghana, we like carbohydrates a lot. If you eat carbohydrates now, the next 3 or 4 years, I can bet you're going to be hungry again.
Oh.
That's a science. So why not rather shift to a high protein, high fat diet, which your body takes longer to break down. It makes you full longer, and you don't easily get hungry. So for so many hours, you can go without eating again. But if you eat, I'm not going to mention any food, but if you eat carbohydrates now, 2-3 hours, you're hungry again, you are snacking, it has sugar in it. In the afternoon, maybe another food, carbohydrates comes in again, in the evening, carbohydrates. What are you doing to your body? You're putting pressure on your insulin to break these things down. In the long run, insulin resistance, next minute, diabetes. So there's a connection everywhere. Let's try and eat well. Focus more on proteins, healthy fats. I'm not saying carbs is not good, but the portion size. If, in Ghana, the fufu can be like 80% and the fish is like 10% and the soup is 10%. Why not rather 10 things around? Make the fufu maybe about 20, 30, the fish 40, 50, 60, and the soup is there. And also one way of also solving this carbohydrate issue is eat protein before carbohydrates. Yesterday I was on a show with one doctor, I think Dr. Paddy or so, and he said you can even eat salad before the carbohydrates. It doesn't lead to a spike in your glucose level. But if you're eating carbs on an empty stomach, your glucose level will be like this. But if you eat, let's say, protein or the salad the doctor talked about, it's gradual, it's not boom like that.
Yeah. Which one causes that cravings at night?
I don't know which one is that. I don't have cravings at night. Me, I sleep. So what do you crave for?
I eat at night.
Is it because you are closing at night and you are eating, or?
I mean, it doesn't matter what time I sleep. It doesn't matter what time I am craving. By 12.
Or you like food?
That's the thing. I don't.
Because you already said you eat once a day.
Yes.
Is it the ninth one, or you eat in a day?
Right. So let's talk about that. So it's
Okay.
always some sweets. It's always some chocolate. It's always like, something sweet in my mind at night. And so
And why is it just at night?
I don't know. It's my family members that are calling me. I don't know.
Maybe when that cravings come, pick up a book and read or something.
So what I started doing was like, I keep all the snacks and stuff out of my house now.
Okay.
It's difficult. So yes,
You just have to be disciplined. You just have to be disciplined.
Why is my body sleeping and it's wanting something to eat? I've actually tried to research on it. I found different reasons. And again, it didn't used to be like frequent, but now it's every night.
Like I said, I'm sure you're probably consuming a lot of carbohydrates. I'm 100% sure. I don't live in your house. And carbohydrates is not just banku fufu. That snack you are taking, there's sugar in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So sugar, fruit juice, even Coca-Cola or fizzy drinks, these are all things that break down to glucose. So let's not think the orange juice is because it's juice and it's orange, it's better than the fizzy drink. No, it's all the same thing. Your body sees the same thing as sugar or glucose.
Oh.
That's why it's always better to eat the orange in its raw form. It has the fiber in there as well. But if you're not doing it like that and it's pressed, and some are even concentrate. It's not even the natural juice you are drinking.
Yeah.
And it's the same as a fizzy drink.
Oh, makes sense.
Yes.
Hey, Asemo. People, and I keep telling you that there's a reason why we do this Thursday conversation, but every single time we've had to come here, I'm always very low-key depressed because I'm like,
don't be depressed. Don't be depressed.
Because it feels like a lot to do. It feels like a lot to do to get.
I'm doing it myself. So bread is banned in my house, rice is banned in the house, fufu is banned in the house, banku is banned in the house. We don't eat certain things. It doesn't mean the food is not good. We focus more on protein and healthy fats. We may have carbs once in a while, but we focus primarily on protein and healthy fats.
Protein and healthy fats. We're still having great conversations right here. We're talking what am I talking? Emotional imbalance.
Because even
hormonal imbalance.
Even that emotional depression. They are all hormonal imbalance issues as well. Like I said, every woman has their own. Some may have fibroids. Not everyone will have fibroids. Some will have depression and emotional breakdown. Some will have mood swings. These are all things that come up in a woman's life.
Please add 2 more lifestyle changes you could add to the eat right, the
exercising.
Okay.
So I know this morning I was speaking to one of our customers, and I asked the person, "Do you exercise?" She said yes. So I asked her, "What do you do?" She said treadmill. And I said, "Okay, do you know what treadmill does?" She said no. And I told her treadmill basically burns carbohydrates you've eaten.
Yeah.
So why not on the same treadmill there's a feature on it where it can be inclined. So it looks like you're climbing a mountain. That's different from the normal treadmill you're walking. That builds your muscles, and that's better for you. So that's one way of also doing it. Exercising is very important. Strength training is extremely important.
So the exercises, we should not just
focus on strength training.
Strength
Not just walking or running on a treadmill.
Yeah.
That burns the carbs you've eaten.
Yes.
But you need more than that. You need muscles. From age 30, as we go, we lose muscle. So it's very important we build muscle as we are growing. Yes.
People see how shocked I am every single time these men and women come to scare me on my own show. Like, what is all this? Okay. So the treadmill, so the walking is not enough.
If it's better than nothing. But if you have the option of you doing more, then go the extra mile and do strength training.
Okay.
Strength training is not for just men. And no woman will be doing strength training, they'll look like a man. I hear women say that a lot. You wouldn't look like a man.
So I used to work out like 3 times in a week, and I guess okay. So I had an injury, so I wouldn't be able to go back for for some time. And I remember being told you could do the walking. It did trigger the injury, by the way. But then going back, I'm thinking after I took some time off, I felt like my body is a little flexible than I used to. I used to be like, once you see me, you see she fit, and so I'm like, okay, I like this girl body I have now.
Why previously you didn't have a girl body?
I've always had a girl body. It's just a little too firm.
That was muscle you were building, and that was a healthy one. So you prefer it soft, and there's always fat, and you are growing. No, forget about what society is thinking.
Yeah.
Focus on your health.
Yeah.
Muscle is always important. Yes.
Okay, so before we wrap up this conversation, in terms of treatment, PCOS, depression, anxiety, because I found out there was a diagnosis I found out last year, which was anxiety disorders, which causes depression. I probably heard it when I was 16, but then again, I looked really into it.
You're not 16 now. You look 16. That's why I'm surprised.
I'm actually only 16. Like I just turned 16 last week. So all of these things, to treat it, what does it look like to treat some of these things? And again, does your product help solve some of
Yes, so our product is 100% vegan. It's non-GMO. Remember I talked about the causes of these things and how we should stay away from GMO foods and all of that. So we deliberately made sure our product is made in the UK. We are based in the UK. It's non-GMO, 100% vegan, has no preservatives, has no artificial colors, has no fillers, has no binders. It's natural. It's the everyday food we eat. We've made these things from. And also, I forgot to speak about one thing. Remember I spoke about how excess estrogen, progesterone being low, causes these things. So excess estrogen goes into your liver. And as it's in the liver, there are two things that happen. Either it comes back into the body worse, 100 times worse, or it goes out of the body. Our product makes sure in the liver, it focuses on leaving the body. So that's why when you come on our product, you tend to use the toilet more. That's one way of getting excess estrogen out of your body. If not, it goes back into your body worse. So our product, like I mentioned, it has magnesium, folic acid, zinc, vitamin B6, maca root, sage leaf, green tea, inositol, flaxseed, probiotic, and a prebiotic. All these 11 ingredients in one capsule to be taken twice a day, 60 capsules in a bottle. And anyone who comes on our product, within the first month, they see huge changes. The lifestyle changes they've been avoiding, our product helps them in its own way to get them feeling better. The bloating is leaving, and the fibroid pains, those who have fibroids will tell you they have low abdominal pains, they have heavy periods, they have painful periods. All of these things are leaving. Those who had irregular cycles are having their cycles come back. Because you don't have your cycle every month, you can't be pregnant. Yes, they're having their cycles come back. Those who had mood swings are more happier now. I have husbands sending voice notes, very excited. And one thing we also didn't speak about is low libido and vaginal dryness. So there are women who will go through the whole month, nothing is happening. Even if the man is carrying them, nothing is happening. To talk about even tickling them, nothing is happening. It's like doom so, a cut off. So if you come on our product, it brings
heaven is the goal.
it brings the libido back as well. And I'm happy some husbands do send voice notes, very excited. Some are even complaining that now they can't even cope. But I'm happy, at least it's better than none. So yes, so that's primarily what our product focuses on. It tackles the issue from the root cause. It's not like a medicine you are taking to tackle the one or two symptoms at the front, and the issue is still there. We tackle it from the root cause, so you become like my wife, who was told she cannot conceive, and now will have 2 kids. So yes, that's how that can be done.
So someone is listening today, they know that these issues you've talked about are issues they're dealing with. They want some of the products. How do they?
They can just hit us up on Instagram, on TikTok, on Snapchat. We are very active. We have a customer experience policy, so we speak to every single person. We have nurses on the team, and shout out to my team, Nurse Obaya, Anita, Abrefi, Dorcas, very dedicated people. They work 247. It's a very small team, but we're doing wonders. We speak to everyone who reaches out. We don't sell a product to someone who we haven't spoken to. We're not that careless. We could have stocked in pharmacies and be selling. It's approved in the UK, it's approved by FDA in Ghana. But we want to take our time, slowly speak to you, understand you. Because sometimes what you are going through, you just want someone to listen to you. But getting an appointment in the hospital to even get to the doctor, you can't even speak to the doctor 1 hour. Probably 10, 15 minutes, you're out, another person comes in. But for us, even if it is 10 hours you want to speak to us, you can request to speak to me, I'll speak to you, I have the time. Because what I noticed was, whenever my wife went to the hospital, she was often misdiagnosed, dismissed, being told to, or handed painkillers or contraceptive pills or all of those things, which never tackled the issue from the root cause. Yeah. If this product was created for my wife's and I's experience, then we need to do what helped us. What helped us? In listening, in researching, in finding the right solution. And that's why we pride ourselves in wanting to speak to everyone before we help them.
Awesome. So we can connect with it. Was it a social media handle?
Stellar Supplement on all platforms. Our website is www.stellarsupplements.com. And you can come to us. We're always available. And it's free consultation.
Oh, yay. Look at that. Amazing. Right. Thank you so much, Ashi.
Thank you,
This has been a great
too.
conversation. And
hopefully the cravings stop.
Yeah. I guess I have to just put myself on your supplement. I come for consultation. Then we all know that I need it at this point. You and I have diagnosed me. So we all know I need it. So at this point, let's not even kid each other, okay? I'm going to go for consultation. But if you're out there, I keep telling you that we're learning and growing together. And as part of doing that, we're living well. And so on Thursdays, we have these conversations for our healthy living journeys we've set out. Because baby girl movement is not just, when Q dresses a nice outfit and nice hair. It's also taking very good care of yourself, and that's what we try to do over here on the show. And so I hope you've learned a thing or two that will guide you in living a very, very healthy life. Thank you so much again, Nachi. And to you, Other, thank you so much for being part of the show. We have more coming up. We'll be right back after this.